All right, 351, 423, 21. I'm going to call Best Buy, the complaint line, and talk to them about my experience. Also want to show you right now, in my attic right now, is a motion detection security light that's on. So there's a home intruder that's in this home. This has been going on for years and years. I was ambushed and shot in this home with burglar alarms going off in my attic. And I'm going to show you what happened while I'm going to call Best Buy here. And then I'm going to make a video about it. I bought, this is almost $1,000 system right here, okay, and a security system that I bought because I figured that if I contacted law enforcement once again and reported somebody in my attic, then the next thing I know, oh, he's crazy, he takes people in the attic, and that's how they cover up the crimes here, So it's like, I'm gonna buy, spend all this money, get a new system. As soon as I put that system in that's backed up by Best Buy, then all of a sudden they're not going to get in front of that security light, and that's not going to go off anymore, and that's going to stop that, right? Well, I ran into problems. You're going to hear about that on the phone. Best Buy comes out on the system that I bought, a guy named Aaron, the tech. I showed them, I wanted them to be aware of the crimes at my house and the other homes here, because that's only right. And so before they did the install, so we started to do the install, and ran into they ran into problems pulling wires. Here, I'm gonna show you this here. Okay, and so here, this is what's important right here. And so I showed them this video right here. Anyway, we cut my existing system, cut some wires trying to pull in the new system.
And woman is facing charges after police say she burned down her home to get rid of someone.
I showed them this.
In the attic.
I showed them at the Midland Best Buy store.
Here's someone up in the attic. She smells cigarette smoke. She took her family. They're going to be waiting out front.
Stating that he heard someone in the attic.
610 Cheater. Complaint's going to be a 7-year-old male. Stated he can hear yelling and fighting. His mother's in the attic. He can hear her being assaulted.
Okay, and this goes on and on and on. There's about 32 different, and the other day, there's actually more than that. I was creating a spreadsheet on that recently. People in the attic here lists. And it's just amazing. I mean, it's truly amazing. I sent this to the press. They hide it from the public, Don't let the public know. Look at this huge list. Names, places, stories, right here in Midland and everything. But if you as a citizen report somebody in your attic, and I was ambushed and shot, so these are armed and dangerous criminals, right? I'm crippled for life because of this murder. You report that, they destroy your life with lies. That's what's happening. And so anyways, here we're back to Best Buy. I buy this. They advised me to go upgrade to a more expensive system. I had to wait. Like I said, now I'm out about $1,000, and I find out that they're not going to install it. And at first they lied to me and said, oh, we don't have any, Aaron doesn't do it no more. We don't have anybody to install it. And then I found out, no, Aaron does do it. They're just, he don't want to install it at my home. Okay. So then that makes you wonder, well, I wonder if Aaron knows this crime ring that's rigging all these homes, and breaking into all these homes, that's a good lead for law enforcement, and imagine the ramifications for Best Buy that's selling security systems, and one of their techs is connected to a crime ring that's breaking into homes. You see where I'm going with this? And so the other thing I'm going to show you here, and we'll go out there real quick, is where they cut my wires. Okay, so now they cut my existing system and then turned around and said, no, we're going to do it, we'll give your money back, we don't want to do it, so they want to sell you a system, and that's all right, but they don't want to back it up, not if you're having crimes committed. And it looks like their tech might know something about the crimes going on here. That's why I'm calling Best Buy. Okay, so let me show you here This is what Aaron cut off my home right here, okay? This come off my existing system. But, you know, I was in agreement with it because I thought he was coming back. I went and spent more money, bought a newer system where we wouldn't have a problem with the wires, and we were going to get it done. And then that's when I ran into all the problems that, you know, being lied to, and there was one tech, you'll hear that when I call Best Buy, or it was a manager for Best Buy named Willis, young guy, Justin Willis or something like that, Jordan Willis, something. Anyways, he basically called me a liar. Oh, well, you know, that's your word or whatever. And I said, no, I recorded it because I record people. And so there used to be a camera right up here until Aaron showed up at my house and we cut it off the wall. Now, you know, here it's cut off the wall and they're refusing to install my system. That's why I'm upset. See why that's down? Because they were up there and we were going to install the system that I paid for. And so I'm going to call them right now. Somebody under my home with burglar alarms going off in the attic. Okay, that's unheard of. Now I've now documented homeowners all over the country reporting people in the attic. I've got a dozen addresses just for here, Midland and Odessa. This is widespread racketeering and crime. I believe it's organized crime. It's what I really believe it is. And so with a lot of people involved, and the runaround I've gotten is just amazing. This whole story is amazing, you know, but multiple people here in Midland, Texas, documented as saying that there's underground homes here, $1 million underground homes near my home, and one of them was a recent candidate for sheriff. And this is a big deal. I actually expect this to be, you know, a national news someday. It should have been a long time ago. Just the fact that I was shot with burglar alarms going off my attic, and now homeowners all over the country reporting people in the attic. But my problem here is I bought this expensive system from Best Buy and I can't get it installed and I'm being called a liar.
Okay.
And y'all destroyed my wire. You cut my wires from my old system. Okay, go ahead.
What was the reason why they said they couldn't install it?
Originally, okay, the day that he showed up, we were pulling the wires in, and he was having problems. The wires were getting stuck trying to pull the wires in, and that's why he cut my wires to my existing system, you know. And then he advised me to buy a more expensive system that has different wires, smaller wires, so it'd be easier to install. Okay, and I agreed because we were going to install a new system. But then when I go to do it, that's when I'm told that he no longer installs security systems no more. And then I find out after that I was lied to. He does install them. He just won't install my system. And, you know, and I'm assuming because he has some knowledge about the felonies being committed against me and all these other homes where the owners are reporting people in the attic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so, you know, and then, you know, I already explained the story over, but to see this general manager of the store, when Lorena, the supervisor, contacted him, said, we're going to get that installed. Either Aaron's going to install it or we're going to get a third-party contractor. And it never happened. He never called me. I'm just sitting here with a $1,000 system on my bed there, and I'm a disabled crime victim, and my wires to my old system cut, you know, and this is where I'm at. That's why I'm having to call the corporate complaint line for Best Buy, because you need to know what's going on in your Midland store, especially if you have a tech that has some knowledge of a crime ring that's rigging homes and breaking into homes, and they're installing security systems. It's very serious. You know, I would be reporting that to the FBI. You know, because you need to go back and look at the other systems he's installed. You need to find out why he don't want to install just my system, and he'll install other people's systems. You know, especially after cutting my wires, destroying my existing system.
Sure. I do apologize to hear that. But let me go ahead and pull up your account, sir. What's your telephone number?
432-425-7987.
And your first and last name?
Buddy Webb.
And can you verify for me your home address, including the city, state, and zip?
Yes, 3802 Fair Circle, Midland, Texas, 79707.
verify for me your home address, including the city, state, and zip?
Yeah, my home address is 3802 Fair Circle, Midland, Texas 79707.
And the email Buddy Wayne
Webb.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, Buddy Wayne Webb at Gmail.
Okay.
Yeah, common spelling, Buddy Wayne Webb.
Okay.
I have a YouTube channel. I'm actually making a YouTube video right now while I talk to you. But I have a channel with with a few million views, and this is a huge story. But you might want to go look at it when you're not working. It's under Buddy Webb, one word, and you're going to be amazed. You know, the number of people that are documented saying $1 million underground homes are here. Actually, it's believed them underground homes are connected with multiple murders. When I moved into this home, the previous young homeowner just died. Okay, and they told me it was an accident, and you know, of course, I had no reason to believe different. But then I'm ambushed and shot with burglar alarms going up my attic. You know, and then I do the research on the last homeowner, and his death certificate says he died in Fort Worth. My neighbor that lived across the street told me twice he died in my house, and then the crimes have never stopped. They're still going on. They've been trying to terrorize me into selling my home, and because this home is rigged. It's exactly what I've been saying all along. You know, and what's happened is they called me crazy. Okay, oh, he's crazy. He thinks people in the attic. No, people are in the attic. You know, that's all there is to it. And there's homeowners all over the country now documented saying people are in the attic.
I was just reading a story of a.
Have you heard about this? Yeah,
it was. I'm trying to think the name, but I just seen it in a newspaper. I actually was on social media, like on Instagram. This woman came home from work and she was hearing something in her attic.
There you go.
And a man ended up falling through the attic, and like when she called the police and stuff, they came and seen that this man was actually living in her attic for years, like over 10 years. I want to say he was living in her attic, and he knew her schedule, her work schedule. So when she would leave, he would come down, he would eat her food in her refrigerator,
right?
Take showers, use everything.
Yeah, it's free rent. Exactly. Right. Free. Yeah, they don't pay any rent, no taxes, no utilities, and they're still in heating and cooling from the air conditioning system. You know, they're spying on the user, and who knows what else, using the home for, whatever crimes or whatever. But you can't imagine how many people that I've talked to have told me that this is going on at their house. You know, I mean, it is going on all over the country, and not a news story in the nation. I mean, there is a major cover-up going on. That's all there is to it. You know? And, I'm not surprised at you telling me that. And you're going to be amazed when you go look at my YouTube channel. I got like 1,000 videos there, and the evidence is just to the point of absurdity, Last year, I was on the phone. We had an election for sheriff here in Midland, and Midland's like the hometown of George Bush. It's this extremely wealthy town here in Texas, and so anyways, I'm talking to this candidate that's running for the sheriff, because our last sheriff died, explaining about the underground facilities and all these crimes and all this, and he stops me and he says, buddy, he says, that was the last sheriff's hangout or hideout's what he said, and I had my recorder going. I made that into a video. Sheriff candidate. Oh, wow. Yeah, that one went viral because there's a sheriff candidate saying that our last sheriff used to hang out in these $1 million underground homes. Then another woman said, go look up your address on Google Maps, and so I did. And you can do this too. My address 3802 Fair Circle. You look on Google Maps, in my backyard there's a large building that is you can't see from above ground. That's one of them underground homes. That's what I was told about, and it's believed that there was a girl was murdered there at a party in 2010, and the remains of a young girl were found in 2013. So this is a huge, bigger story than what I told you. My deal is I got that system sitting on the bed in there. I can't get installed, and then I'm getting a runaround from the people at the local Best Buy here store. And your general manager, Carlos Fria, evidently his word's no good. And this Willis calling me a liar, and I've got that recorded. And the reason I record stuff, and that way people can't come back and say, I didn't say that, And that's where I learned to do that, and that's why I do that. That's why I'm recording this one.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to be famous. Someday there'll be a movie, and you'll be in the movie.
Well, hopefully I got my good voice on today.
Right. You just got to figure out who you want to play you in the movie. Let's just hope I live that long, man. That's all that matters.
Well, if it does turn into a movie, hopefully Beyonce plays me.
There you go.
Like a little bit, but.
This one guy writes me on Facebook, and he said, we have access. He says, we have access to your residence at all times. Nobody will ever believe your story. You will be silenced, not if, but when. And I wrote him back, and I said, when are you going to murder me, Lance? And that was several years ago. I print screened it and I emailed it to the chief of police. But we have a corruption problem here, and that's been part of this problem, because that's why I need this security system. I had my existing security system, and I knew people were here, but I couldn't catch them on camera. It took me several years to prove they were hacking my cameras, my security system. So I finally decided to, upgrade these camera systems and have it backed up by Best Buy. And that way, if it gets hacked, it's on Best Buy. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's when I wrote Carlos, this general manager, the other day. I said, I would think that Best Buy would want to be on the side of right here and be especially since you're selling security systems, that you want to back it up. Not that you're gonna, we'll only sell security systems to homes that are not being broken into. But we're not selling security systems into your home because people are breaking into it. And or for whatever reason. So. Anyways, I just, I don't know, why or who, if it's Aaron or Willis or Carlos or who down there, but I got a feeling somebody down there knows something about these $1 million underground homes and all these homes here that are rigged with hidden access, and there are people getting in the attic, I just got a feeling. So, anyways, as you saw, they refunded that install fee. And I don't mind paying it because I got my money back on it. I don't mind paying for it, but it's got to get done. They cut my wires to my old system, and that really upsets me. Because they come in and cut my wires, and then talk me into upgrading into a more expensive system, and then just left me hanging and said, "We're not helping you," and ordered me out of their store.
Sir, do you mind if I place on a brief 2-3-minute hold? I just have to set up the appointment and try to get you some dates for us to come back out.
That'd be perfect. No, thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to put you on hold.
Because I wasn't able to calculate any dates as far as getting someone to come back out to your home. It looks like when I try to get dates, it directs you to go to the store so that they can get someone more skilled within the area to come out to your home, but it's not giving me any dates at all when I try to schedule it for someone to come back out.
Okay.
So the best option, I would go to this, if you're able to go to the store again and see if they're able to send someone out for you. But as far as me scheduling, I won't be able to schedule just because I can't get any dates for someone to come out to you. Okay.
Well, do you have a complaint number on this call?
I do. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It is 261
261
416 942.
942. Okay. And what was your name?
My name is L. Cook.
L. Cook. Okay. And I'll go back to the store and advise them that I called the complaint line, and I was advised by y'all to go back and they would schedule this install for me. It basically is what I'm going to do. And when I do, I'm going to go in there and request to talk to Carlos Fria, who was supposed to call me back, a while back, that general manager. And so, and then I'll just give them, this reference number here. And I don't know if I'll have this video posted today, But within the next couple days, I'll be posting this video to my YouTube channel right here, so you can hear this call, hear yourself on here. And like I said, that my YouTube channel is Buddy Webb, one word. And you're going to find that interesting anyway, with the videos that are already there. And you'll see what I'm talking about, of homeowners all over documented reporting people in the attic. Right now, I have there's a security motion light on in my attic right now. There's a person in my house right now. Okay. And I was shot. Yeah. And I was shot in my first call for somebody in my attic was in January 2011, and a year later I was ambushed and shot with burglar alarms, motion detectors going off in the attic. And then I find out that the previous homeowner that died right before I moved in, he was telling his friends about people breaking into this home before he died. And the reason is because there's $1 million underground home in the backyard where they were having parties at, and where a young girl was murdered at in 2010. I believe they murdered the last guy. They murdered that young girl. They tried to kill me, and there's some very powerful people that are involved in been, keeping this out of the press, and because it should be a viral news story anyway, But my next step is to install the security system, and I've got to get that done. And then Best Buy is backing it up, and so if it's hacked or whatever, it's on y'all. And plus, especially since they cut my wires from my old system, I mean, that is really upsetting, and then left me hanging. So thank you so much, Miss Cook, and I'll do as advised, and I'll go down to the store, and hopefully, this gets resolved, without any more problems. As I mentioned earlier, I've got serious concern. There's somebody, either that tech or one of their managers or somebody that's connected with this crime ring that's breaking in these homes, and that's very serious. And I don't know that, but I think it's worthy of being investigated. Seeing how they cut my wires and then refused to install my new system, after advising me to buy a more expensive system, and so. I thank you, and that's what I'll go. That's how I'll go. If I have more problems, I'll be calling back. I don't know what else to do. Other than get an attorney, and I don't want to do that. I just need to get the system installed.
Right, I definitely understand. Do you have any more questions for me today?
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for calling Geek Squad, and be safe out there.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Okay, there we go.